So a lot of these high growth NASDAQ companies got hit pretty hard. Nvidia dropped by 2%, AMD and Broadcom dropped by 4 and 2% respectively. And the VanEck semiconductor ETF dropped 1%. Let's see here. Home Depot rose 3.7%, which really pulled up the Dow. The Home Depot apparently has a big percentage of the Dow because its price is so high. And also, investors are waiting earnings from Lowe's, Walmart, and Target, set to release later this week. What's really interesting about, speaking of Target, we know Target is kind of a bad word in the black community because of the boycotts and everything, and I support it. I don't have anything against the boycotts at all. I told you I just wanted to stop boycotting black businesses. I like for us to spend our money with black business. I'm not a good boycotter for Target because I wasn't eager to give them my money in the first place. But here's the funny thing about Target. Here's what's interesting. What's really funny is, when you look at Target stock price, it's just been tanked, right? It's been absolute crap. I mean, it's a terrible investment. Believe it or not, 2 years ago, analysts thought this was a good company. Now they're like, this company makes you want to throw up. And in fact, what I'm gonna do is show you Target stock price. If you were a stock market investor in Target, you're pretty angry and depressed about what I'm going to show you. I haven't looked at it, but I'm sure it's going to be sad. So let's see here. So here it's up a little bit today, but that doesn't matter. So last 5 days up 2%, nice. Last month, look at that, 4% up. But last 6 months down 19%. Year to date down 23%. Last year down 27%. 5 years, you've lost 31% of your capital. So Target, what's interesting about Target is when you talk about the boycott of Target, what a lot of folks will argue is that the boycott has really, really hammered Target stock price. That, when people boycotted Target for the DEI stuff, it it really, ruined Target stock price. But what's fascinating to me is I've listened to some deep dive analyses of Target on various platforms, Bloomberg and some other places. They never mentioned the boycott as a driving factor for Target's lack of performance. They talk about the company making a lot of strategic errors in their inability to really compete with Walmart and Amazon. Their digital strategy has been failing. They've done a lot. They made it was really interesting. Like I listened to a couple of analyses, and I was specifically listening for them to say something like, Jamal Bryant is leading a boycott, and that's why Target's price is down. And actually, what even if you took the boycott away, even if you analyzed Target stock price before the boycott, people were already saying this is a crappy company with a crappy strategy. They're really screwing up. And I think the culture wars made it even worse because Target really, like, they were incredibly good at pissing off everyone. Because if you recall, about a year ago, they did, I think, a gay pride display, and all the conservatives got mad. Anybody remember that? And all the conservatives were boycotting Target. And then the next year, to bow to the Trump administration, they get rid of their DEI programs, and now all the liberals are boycotting Target, right? So they've actually achieved this really amazing goal of angering both the liberals and the conservatives. But even before the boycotts, they were already talking about Target stock as if it was an absolute dog.